Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. I figured I would do kind of a vlog thing while we discuss brokers, my load search apps, some of my experiences out here, and one of the big decisions that I've had to make. So, I hope you enjoy the little videos. My little stuffed animal, he's a snapping turtle. His name is Fred. He's cool. He was given to me by my family. I love him so much. Alright. As far as brokers go, I've had pretty good experiences with brokers. I've got two that I call, or call me. One of them calls me a lot because seldom seems like I'm in his area. Well, that's a little further in the video. We'll go into that. Anyway, I've got a couple of brokers that I talk to all the time, and I get freight from them before it even goes on the DAT board, which is cool because sometimes it's okay searching and sometimes it's not. But as the weeks have progressed, I've seemed to get a little bit better and a little bit better. And it's not near about as much calling and stress as I thought it was going to be. Mainly because the way I do it a lot different than some people do. I have, say like, the way I look at it, if I was in a store selling a product, I have a certain price for that product. I don't care how much the retailer's making off of it when I buy that product and I return and sell that product. I don't care how much they're making. I'm just focused on what I'm making, what my profit margin is. So, I price myself per mile. And I don't really care so much if there's more meat on the bone or if the broker's making more. I put my price out there that I think is a solid price, and they either take it or they don't. I'm not going to stand there and haggle with them all day. I got better things to do. If they want to work with me, we can work something out. But if they're like, no, it's all okay, see you later. Or like when I'm dealing with C.H. Robinson, they come back with a lower offer than what I offered, and I'm like, I'll keep looking. And I think they've kind of learned that about me. And here lately, whenever I shoot them an offer, they've been taking it. Because there's been a couple times that I said, okay, I'll keep looking. And I guess that just kind of lets them know there's certain prices that I won't go down to. But I use 4 apps, and that's it. I started out trying to use the Convoy and the Coyote and the 123, and I tried to have every tool that I could when I first started. But as the days have went by, I have narrowed them down. I use the DAT board mainly. Secondarily, I use the C.H. Robinson app. Third, I use Uber, and sometimes just to play around, I might put in an offer on a J.B. Hunt load. I don't like J.B. Hunt's app, number one. Number two, they're usually pretty low on their rates. C.H. Robinson can be kind of low on their rates too, but they also have some good rates. You have to shop around on their loads to find the better rates. And they're usually, I believe, pretty honest with you of what they have in it and what they can let it go for. And they'll put in offers to their customers for it to move. And they usually get them moved. Now, Uber, if you watch the Uber loads, you can really make some good money at Uber. But sometimes in the areas I end up in Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, there's just not much Uber here. But over in Texas and some other northern areas, there's a pretty good bit of Uber. And the Uber is a great system, and it can really be beneficial to the owner-operator. Now, the DAT board, like I say, is my major board. I can go on that DAT board, and I can find me a load. For instance, the one I have right now, I delivered a load from my broker that I use all the time over to Tifton, Georgia. Well, I looked on all the apps, and I was like, oh, I didn't really see nothing. And there was one load on the DAT, and it picks up right within 1 mile of where I was dropping. So I call on it, and you know, the rate's not really awesome, but the rate was, it was like $2.20 a mile. But the deadhead was 1 mile. Even though it was a little bit heavier, I was like, well, I went ahead and took the load because it brought me right back through the house. So I'm parked, and I'm going to take 48 hours off. Leave back out Monday morning and go deliver in Houston. That was pretty convenient. And the way I run, I'm trying to get my weekends back, my Saturdays and my Sundays. And I'll just lay this out there. This week has been my best week. You'll see in the next couple weeks through my numbers or whatever, but I made $6,000 gross. Actually, $6,030 gross in 5 days. That's pretty awesome in my book. It wasn't really that hard to make it happen. The kicker is to work every day and to have that daily amount that you're shooting for. You want to make a good rate per mile to manage your expenses. No doubt. No doubt. Nobody's doubting that. However, if you got paid $10 a mile on a load that only went 10 miles, and that's all you did that day, that ain't no money. You got to make a certain rate every day to make your expenses. $10 a mile is great, but 100 miles is more better than 10 miles. You follow me? You have to make it work out to where you have the revenue and the profit margin you want for what you're running. Ain't those buildings pretty? That's coming through Mobile. Anyway, that was what I wanted to put out there. Cause see, I have the two brokers. One of them works the Dallas area and gets me loads right back this way, and the other one sends me over towards Georgia. Well, the Georgia runs are paying me $1,200, and I can make them in 1 day. But say, like, if I was come back from Dallas home and stuff over there working for him, it's usually about $900, a few less miles, but it's only $900 a day, to where I can make 12 per day over at this other company. So let's just say, if I worked 5 days a week for $900, that's $4,500, right? If I work 5 days a week for $1,200, that's $6,000. So I stand to make $1,500 more in revenue by going with the other broker. Yeah, it's a little bit harder because there's a few more miles. It's a little bit more stress because there's a little bit more traffic over that way. And a few more way stations, which, you know, the DOT man is not your friend. I got inspected this week also. It was good. Level 3, no violations. But that $1,500 extra revenue at the end of the week makes a huge difference. It adds up really quick. Yeah, it adds up really quick. The main thing that I'm learning out here so far that works for me and my business is my contacts, because my contacts have kept me rolling for the rates that I want to the places that I want to go. And I'm able to fill in really easily with the DAT, Uber, CH Robinson. So it's really going well. So God bless. We'll catch you on the next ride. Y'all stay safe. Here we go again. Y'all, this time Fred's gonna tell you. Fred says, don't block the scales. Don't block the scales. Fred and I are in agreement. Don't block the scales. Thank you. Well, that was interesting. Y'all see this truck right here? Back there in the mirror. When he was making that swing, trying to get in between me and this other driver over there, he let the front corner of his trailer, see that dent down there? A little scratch up there. Hit the very back of my trailer. Didn't even put a scratch on mine, but it messed his up, bless his heart. But we're good, we're good. Could have been a lot worse. He could have hit my tractor. I got enough issues. Later.